Okay, go ahead.
All right, you're a couple games from the halfway point in the season. What would you pinpoint as the greatest need for the team in the remainder of the year?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. We've gone, 3 games in a row, haven't scored a goal. Frustrating part for our team, but I think that's probably our need is, we need some goal scoring. We need some guys to elevate their game in that area. And, I'd say lately chances have been available for us. It's just a matter of us bearing down or, maybe catching a break.
You're first in the league in shots on goal, but yet 28th in the league on, as you mentioned, goal scoring. I mean, how are we going to turn that around, do you think?
Well, that's the magic question, right? I mean, I know one thing for sure, it's not from lack of effort, not from lack of try from our group. Obviously there's been times over the course of the year where you want guys to get, work harder to get into the dirty areas and find second and third opportunities. But we've got a hardworking group. We've got a group that's not afraid. They get to the net. We just need a little bit more touch.
Obviously, Foudy returns after not having played a game this season. He can certainly help with some of that production. What do you think he is going to add, especially once he gets more comfortable? Well,
I think it was pretty obvious tonight. His possession game was outstanding, especially for not playing and for an extended period of time. So his confidence is only going to grow the more he plays. He's going to help in that scoring department, not only when the puck is on his stick, but his vision and his ability to find the open man in the offensive zone is going to create a lot of chances for us. Just real excited that he's back in the lineup. I thought he was outstanding tonight.
Those first 2 shifts that he had, he was really aggressive on the play, and he was attacking the puck handler. There's not much more you can do other than that. So, was there any feedback you were giving him as the game was going along?
No, I mean, I've been with Foods for a few years. Got a good relationship with him. I know I've seen his game grow, and I know what he's capable of. And he showed a lot of spurts of that tonight. And like I mentioned earlier, it's only going to strengthen the more he plays, the more he feels comfortable out there. We also have to be patient, give him some opportunity to create some chemistry with some players. He hasn't been on the ice with this team, so those are all variables that we're going to take into consideration. But we're really happy that he took the first step and joined us in a game.
Obviously, a significant amount of time that he missed too. Can you shed any light on the injury he was recovering from?
I'm not going to shed any light on the injury. I just know that. That extended period of time, he really worked and he kept his composure. It can be, maybe a little depressing and frustrating at times. But for a young guy to stick with the rehab program and make sure that he was comfortable in his return to play plan, I got to give him a lot of credit. I got to give a lot of credit to, the trainers and the medical staff with the Avalanche and the Eagles and our strength and conditioning staff all played a huge part in his return.
And then the decision to bench home, essentially, and not even suit him up. Numbers obviously tell a story, but is there anything else that we're not seeing?
Well, I think the obvious part of that equation is Annunen is our starter. Okay, and so when he was hurt for that extended period of time, there was competition for the net. And we feel that Trent Miner did an outstanding job and that he deserved this opportunity at this time. Does not mean we are benching Holm. We have 3 goalies right now. They're all working extremely hard in practice, and we're going to continue to need all 3 of them down the stretch. So it's not like we know Juice is our starter, but then after that, it's who's playing well, who's going to seize that opportunity when it's there for him. We're going to need all 3.
On the subject of Eustace, now 6 games back, how has he settled in, and do you feel like the group's confidence changes playing in front of him when he's in net because of how he seems to be settling in pretty comfortably?
Yeah, I mean, obviously having him gone for that extended period of time was a difference for our team, right? It's a guy that's has the capabilities to be an all-star at this level, a big guy that's on the verge of competing for an NHL position. So him missing that time opened the door for some other players to come in, and like I talked about earlier, and now he's slowly regaining his confidence and his ability in the net. We're seeing more and more every game from him. I thought he was really good in Milwaukee the first game. There was a couple that we talked about on how he could play different in game 2, but he still made some huge saves in that second game in Milwaukee. And then tonight I thought he was great. His puck play was improving every day. I thought he made a couple nice outlet passes. Our team is confident in front of him. There's no question.
And then Wyatt Amott, you kept as a forward essentially the whole road trip. What was the decision? Was it to keep him in the lineup and his aggressiveness and et cetera?
Yeah, I mean, that's something we've done. We did it early on in the season. We've got strong depth at defense, and we'll get an opportunity to get all of them in the lineup and keep them all playing. It's something we look at, and Amo's done a great job. He's played and filled that fourth line right wing position in the past, and he's quick and physical and goes to the net, and so he provides a strong identity for that line, so we were comfortable putting him there.
Simolinski has had an extended look up with the Avs. I've seen a lot of great players get called up, but they struggle to make their game translate at the next level. What do you think it is about him that has allowed him to make an impact with the Avs?
Well, I think confidence, for one. I think if you asked him at training camp, he probably didn't put his best foot forward during training camp. That's why he started with the Eagles, right? And, we talked about the impact that he had when he joined us last year, especially in the playoffs. He was outstanding for us, and so we looked at some of his clips and talked to him a little bit about driving more plays and being more dominant with the puck on his stick, because he's such a good skater and he's elusive and he can get away from forechecks real easy. And obviously his offensive ability speaks for itself in the offensive zone. But so just minor details with that. And then when he got the opportunity, he didn't play with any fear. He played his game, and I think that attributes to him staying and making an impact.
And then Chris Wagner has been taken off the season opening IR and sent back here, of course. Was there a decision as to why he was not suited up tonight?
Yeah, it's all part of his return to play plan. Just like with Foudy, we felt Foudy was ready to step into the game tonight, and we'll assess and talk with the strength and conditioning coaches and the trainers on when Wags is going to be able to step on the ice and put a jersey on for us. What
do you think he's going to bring to the team in that case?
Well, one, he's got the most NHL experience in our forward group, most probably AHL experience in our forward group, a guy that has a high compete level, a leader, somebody I think that is going to grab their teammates and drag them in to some battles and compete. So I think he's going to be a huge addition when he's ready for us.
On the subject of Malinsky, again, when he has been here, he's been rewarded with opportunities on the penalty kill as well. You talked about the offensive tools, but how has his game evolved defensively?
Yeah, I think it's come a long ways. I think he's trusting his feet. We talk a lot with him about how he's going to manage his gap from the offensive zone blue line. It's going to be a huge difference rather than him retreating and trying to then make up some space. And then defensively, he's getting comfortable and strong. We're talking to him about using his quickness to get inside positioning and seal some hands and stick lift some pucks. And then the opportunity on the penalty kill is his quickness and anticipation. Usually power play guys have a real good vision and really good anticipation. Like when they're on the power play, they can see the movement, find the holes, and then on the flip side, when they're on the penalty kill, they can make those reads because they're looking at it on the flip side. So his quickness and ability to jump and use his anticipation has been why he's been rewarded getting some penalty kill time with us.
And any update on Peter Holland? I know he's been skating on his own in a non-contact, but other than that, any update on Peter Holland?
Yeah, I would say he's getting close. Skating on his own. We're hoping he's going to join the team soon here in practices, and so we're looking forward to adding him shortly as well.
Is there anything through this point, first-year head coach, that has been eye-opening, especially like you kind of had to be living it and experiencing it in the moment to realize challenges through this point? Yeah,
I mean, as an assistant coach over the last 5 years, you see it, right? But you don't feel it. And I've had a lot of really good conversations with Greg about that. But ultimately, as a head coach, everything lands on your desk. Everything goes through you. And so now you're managing all, whatever the issue is, you're managing it. So whether it's injuries, call-ups, you name it, it comes to you first, and so it's how you manage it. So that's the biggest challenge is the workload that you face day to day.
That's all I have.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much.
Of course. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Yeah, anytime. Did you make a candidate?